back to part 3 of chapter 4, lesson 5, the coordinate plane. Now we get to watch another animation to see how to graph ordered pairs. I think we pretty well covered this, but we're going to keep beating this horse until it's good and dead.
To graph a point on a coordinate plane, use the x and y coordinates of an ordered pair. The first number, the x coordinate, indicates how far right or left to move from the origin. If the x coordinate is positive, move right. If the x coordinate is negative, move left. The second number, the y coordinate, indicates how far up or down to move from the x coordinate. If the y coordinate is positive, move up. If the y coordinate is negative, move down. Graph point A, -4, 3. Start with the x coordinate. Since the x coordinate is negative, move left 4 units on the x-axis.
Now I want to pause for just a second because I want to point out how they indicated this. They indicated this point with a name, point A, parentheses, -4, comma, -3, close your parentheses. This is the proper way to write it if they tell you what the name of the point is, with the letter out front and then the parentheses and the information inside. Let's keep going.
Axis from the origin. Since the y coordinate is positive, move up 3 units from the x coordinate. Graph point A at -4, 3.
Okay, easy enough. I think we can do this. So they want us to take and graph point N, which is -2 1/2 and -3 1/2 for their x and y values. So we're going to start off using the Graph E tool to plot each point. Click the point button to begin at the origin. The x coordinate is going to be negative, so we're going to move left 2 1/2 spaces along the x-axis. Next, since the y coordinate is negative, we're going to take and move down 3 1/2 spaces down the y-axis. So we're going to take them right here. We got to go left 2 1/2, down 3 1/2. So I'm going to start at my origin. I'm going to move. Let me get a point tool indicated here so we can use it. So we're going to go left 2 1/2. We're going to go down 1, 2. Oh, that wasn't 2 1/2. 2 1/2 is going to be actually right here, halfway through it. And we're going to go down 3 1/2. So that's -2. That's -3. That means that -3 1/2 is going to be about right there. And we're going to figure out how to drop a point, which it's not dropping. I figured it out, I think. Yeah, select this tool right here, and now we're going to take there it went. So we went. We got issues. It's not going to allow us to do halves. Well, that's crazy. Alright, time for some training on using the graph. We're going to click our down arrow here. We're going to make the steps at 0.5, and I think we can actually go for numbers that are going to be smaller than that. So let's do 5 and 5 and 5 and 5 here with steps that way of 0.5 as well. And alright, let's see what happens now. Now I think we're ready. So we're going to go left 2 1/2. And then we're going to go down 3 1/2, which is going to put our point right there. Check our answer, and the answer checks. Beautiful. Easy math. Now, for some reason, this problem gave 2 coordinate systems. The first one had all kind of funky stuff. I don't know why it was there, but it said I was wrong on that. But when I regraphed it on the second one, everything was good. So obviously the second graph works. And now it's going to be your turn to graph point S on your coordinate plane. Point S is located at 1/2, -2 1/2. So pause the video and pause the recording. If you need to, you can resize the chart like I showed you to, but you're not going to need to on this one. Do the problem. I'm going to start off by picking a color just because I can. Let's make this one green. We're going to add a point. To add a point, you just select the point button. Boop, there it is. And from here, my x value is a positive 1/2, so I'm going to run positive 1/2. My y value is a negative 2 1/2, so I'm going to run down 2 1/2. Check my answer. The answer checks. It really is that simple. And now it is time for an apply problem involving maps. The table shows the locations of several places about town. The grid shows a map of the town, and each square of the grid represents one city block. Ben needs to go to the dry cleaners, which is 3 blocks west and 5 blocks north of the library. Where on the grid should he go to? Well, first off, is he starting at the library or is he starting at the origin? Is the library at the origin? The library is not at the origin. Looking at your graph that they give us here, the library is located at point 0, -3/4. So at 0, -3/4, that point right there is going to be your library. And he says he needs to go to the dry cleaner, which isn't even listed there, but it is 3 blocks west and 5 blocks north of the library. So let me take a screenshot here so we can hand draw this one. Alright, so we have already acknowledged the fact that the library takes place right here. And he needs to go 3 blocks west. Well, if you know your chart up here, it even shows you west is that away. So he's going to go 1. Actually, it said each square on the grid represents one city block. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, which is going to give us a spot there. So we just draw an arrow to that point. That's going to be our 3 spots to the west. And he's going to go 5 blocks north. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's going to put him at this location on the coordinate plane. What's the value of that location? Well, on the x-axis, it's going to be a negative value because it's left of the origin, so that's going to be -1/2, -1. That means it's going to be a -3/4 is my x value. Give me a comma and a space, and it's going to go up from the origin 1/2, so it's going to be a positive 1/2 is going to be my y value. Now we're going to take and plug those values in. The x value we said was going to be a negative fraction 3/4. And the y value we said was going to be a positive 1/2. Accept and check our answer. The answer checks. So the dry cleaner, as we said, is going to be located at that point right there, which is located at -3/4, comma, 1/2. Make sure you include your parentheses. I think that's a good enough job for our lesson today. Get started on your homework. Should be pretty simple, I think.